Test Drive with Graham Fletcher.
This week on Test Drive, we're in Canyon Lake, Arizona to put this all-new vehicle through. This is the Pontiac Sunfire and it replaces the Sunbird in GM's lineup. Now, believe it or not, this is just the second generation of GM's popular J cars since their introduction in 1982. The new Sunfire is aimed squarely at young professionals who are looking for a sporty car that is fun to drive. The key competition coming from the Honda Civic, Toyota Corolla, the Protege, as well as Chrysler's Neon and Ford's Escort. Tough competition indeed, although the refinements and improvements should stand this car in good stead. The powertrain in our tester featured a 2.2-litre engine matched with a 3-speed automatic tranny. During my time with the Sunfire, the 120 horses and 130 pounds-feet of torque provided adequate performance. My main gripe with this setup is the fact that there is no 4-speed automatic unless you upgrade to the optional engine. This thinking is behind the times and needs to be addressed. A point of interest is the Sealed for Life transmission. In short, the transmission is filled with Dextron 3 transmission fluid at the factory, and from that point on there's no need to touch it. The new platform now features a longer wheelbase and wider track, which improves the handling characteristics as well as providing more interior room. The suspension is comprised of McPherson struts and a roll bar up front and a twist beam in back. In the past, one of the big knocks against the Cavalier was the quality of the ride. Well, on this new generation vehicle, they've addressed that. The chassis is a lot stiffer, both bending and torsional, which has allowed them to attach stiffer spring rates and bring in the damping earlier. The result is a vehicle that handles very nicely, and at the same time it gives you a nice, comfortable, compliant ride. The brake system is comprised of front discs and rear drums, with GM's own Delco 6 ABS system being standard fare. During the brake test, the Sunfire came to rest in 114 feet from 80k. The item worthy of note is the pedal. Unlike other GM products, it has a crisp, positive feel. Nice one, GM. The base 14-inch Conquest tyres were specifically designed by Goodyear for the new Sunfire and Cavalier. During the test, they performed persistently below par. The problem is that understeer is quick to show up, and on the highway they are noisy. Take my advice, avoid the Goodyears and invest in the larger 15-inch BF Goodrich tyres. They make a world of difference. Understeer is tamed and the highway ride is considerably quieter. While many manufacturers struggle to give you a glove box large enough to hold a pair of gloves, GM have given this Sunfire a glove box that will hold 16 cans of Coke, a cooler, and a bottle of water. That's what you call a serious glove box. Inside, the Sunfire is very nicely appointed, and unlike its predecessor, the interior fabrics have a look and feel of quality. This holds true from the seat material through to the plastic used in the instrument panel. The dash is clean, clear, and logically laid out. The radio sits above the smooth operating climate controls, for which GM get a gold star. The remainder of the driving controls are conveniently placed around the driver. The other interior highlight is the removal of GM's dreadful Smart Stalk. In its place, there are two well-designed stalks on either side of the column. Up front, the seats provide form-fitting comfort, with the large base and back bolsters providing the required level of lateral support. In back, there is ample legroom, even with the front seats fully back. Headroom is modest, meaning 6-footers will find it tight, and unlike a lot of cars in its class, 3 are accommodated in reasonable comfort. The trunk is spacious and features a nice wide opening as well as a low liftover. The bonus is that Sunfires come with a fold-down one-piece rear seat, which enhances versatility appreciably. On the safety front, the Sunfire gets standard ABS, dual airbags, and for the first time on the J-bodies, rear child-proof door locks and adjustable upper seatbelt anchors. Considering the price class, this level of equipment is to be commended. Getting to the top is tough, but staying there is the really difficult part. Well, GM have been at the top with the Cavalier for the last 5 years because it's been the top seller in Canada. With the introduction of the new Sunfire and the improvements to the Cavalier, the tradition should continue.